So starts with needs for computer forensics tools. There are several set of tools are available. Anyway, software tools, hardware tools, validation and testing tools, live forensics tools. So live forensics tools, then automatic threat detection. At last, enter into cloud forensics. A small demo on autopsy. So this is a small agenda for this 2 hour session. So evaluating computer forensics tools need. So normally each and every forensics tool which need flexible and robustness, some of the operating system, file system and script capabilities, automated features. In addition to that, vendor support. So these are some of the basic things a forensics tool needs. Anyway, there are two major categories for forensics tool. One for hardware forensics tool, the second category for software forensics tool. So hardware forensics tool, yeah, we are having several set of hardware components, so which range from single purpose components to complete computer system and server, workstation, etc., etc. But software forensics tool, there are two major categories. One for CLI, that is command line application. So we are accessing via basic commands. Then second category, it's very easy, very user friendly. That will be termed as GUI. So graphical user interface application. So there are variety of softwares are available for forensics tool. We will see very few. So command line application as well as GUI based application. Currently there are several set of web interface also available. So commonly used technique, which is for copying data from a suspected hard disk or suspected flash drive to a image file. So not each and everything you are directly converted into image file. It's a first and foremost step of forensics tool. So image file in the sense not a JPG file, it's a dump data. So either for ISO file or for IMG file, something like that. So you have to copy the entire hard disk or a partition, a particular portion of a hard disk. You have to convert it into an image. So it's a first step. So yeah, first we will enter into the basic task performed by a computer forensics tool. So 1 second. So there are 5 major categories. So the first task, which will be termed as data acquisition. So gathering information from either physical drive or a pen drive or a hard disk, something. So acquisition, so data gathering. The second part for validating the data and discrimination of a data. So first part for acquisition, second part for validation. The third one is a very important thing. You have to extract the needed information. The third part is a needed thing. You have to extract whatever information needed from the hard disk or pen drive. So extract the information. Then after that, you can create another drive or another image similar like that for submitting into code. So reconstruction or recreation. At last, you will provide a proper report that's a evidence to a court. So this is a 5 major steps for a forensics tool. So acquisition, validation, extraction, recreation or reconstruction, at last for proper report creation. So it's a major 5 categories of a forensics tool. So the first one, you are entering into acquisition. So just making a copy of original drive. So if you are having collecting a hard disk or pen drive from the suspected area, so you have to directly make a copy. So before any modification or any alteration done, you have to directly take a image file. So making a copy of original drive, it's a first and foremost step. So acquisition having several set of sub function. First one, physical data copy. As it is physical data copy, the entire hard disk you can make a clone. So you can make another image. Then logical data copy. So only C drive is enough. So C drive, you can make a copy of C drive. So logical partition. So logical, you can make a copy of logical partition. So that will be termed as logical data copy. Then data acquisition format. So whether you have to convert into compressed format or a raw format, anything. So data acquisition format, it's defined by user. So data acquisition format. Then either you are using CLI based, so command line based acquisition or GUI based acquisition. It depends on the software used. So command line or GUI based. Then if you are gathering information from remote site, if you are collecting information from a VM, a cloud VM, then in that situation, a remote acquisition tool is needed. So the problem was happen on remote VM. During remote VM access, some suspect or some malfunction was happened. So in that situation, remote acquisition tools are needed. So remote acquisition tool. At last, verification, whether the data is correct or not, whether the data is valid or not. So the verification, hash function verification is essential. So these are the some basic sub function under acquisition process. So these are the some basic sub function under acquisition. So anyway, the major two types of acquisition, major theme of acquisition for copying data from one drive to other. So there are two basic methodology, one which will be called as physical copy, the second one which will be called as logical partition copy. So physical copy, entire drive copied into an image file. Logical copy, a particular partition you have to convert into image file. The format, normally the entire file which will be converted into raw format. So the raw data format. If needed, you perform some compression, otherwise there is no compression. So directly the raw format, the data which will be converted into raw format. So you can view the data in the hexadecimal editor. It's a raw format, so you can view the data in a hexadecimal editor. For example, yeah, very basic hexadecimal editor. So the entire hard disk is shown in a hexadecimal editor like this. So hexadecimal code. So entire thing which will be displayed in a hexadecimal editor. So it's a sample thing. So the offset value and its hexadecimal value. Yeah. So if it's smaller file, so something the smaller file, the suspect in a smaller file, in that situation you can convert the particular smaller file into an image. That's not a problem. So the first part for acquisition, just copying the entire drive or logical partition into an image file. It's for acquisition. Acquisition is concerned just copying the data. The second point, the second major category of forensics tool, the second one which is termed as validation and discrimination. So the second one, validation and discrimination. Validation, ensuring the integrity of data being copied. So with the help of just a hash function. So either for MD5 or CRC check or any other hash function. So validation, ensure the integrity of data. So discrimination of data, perform some keyword searching or sorting the data into a particular order, and then you can start investigation. So first step for copying data into an image file. After creating an image file, open an image file in FTK image viewer or any image viewer. Then you can ensure the integrity of data. After that, you can sort it and perform keyword searching. In validation and discrimination, the first and foremost function for validation. So here the validation, we are using CRC32 or MD5, message digest 5, or any other secure hash algorithm, SHA algorithm. So after converting an image file, each and every file, it will create a hash code. A forensics tool, during acquisition, each and every file, for example, a file named as a.doc. So it will create a hash code for that file. A file named as something system file, so it is called as some system controller, sysctl.msg. So that file also converted into hash code. So each and every file which will be converted into hash code, the hash code which stored separately in a hash table. So during verification, the hash code which compared with, please see here, National Software Reference Library, NSRL. So NSRL, which provide the hash code of all the operating system, all the application software, all the standard image file, all the standard system file. So all those hash code which is available in NSRL library. So National Software Reference Library, they are providing a hash code of variety of operating system, variety of applications, images, all the system oriented files, all the library functions. It provide the hash code. So during analysis, you can verify the hash code of uh, currently generated operating system hash code and compared with NSRL library. If the hash code matched, there is no hacking or no malfunction which will happen on the hacking or no malfunction which is happen on the operating system. So with the help of hash function, the forensics tool works. So initial stage for hash comparison, which compared with the NSRL library. Okay. Then the second stage for filtering. So in that situation, the known system files, these are the common files. So uh, these files, there is no malfunction, there is no possibility of malfunction. So automatically you can ignore these kind of system files. So this kind of filtering also happen at validation and discrimination stage. At last, analyzing a file header. So first one, for accusation, copying a file into a image file. After copying into image file, you can validate the data via hash function. So you can compare it with NSRL library. Then filter the data if the system files, if the known system files, then you can ignore it. After that, you can analyze the file header. It's for standard file header like something JPG file header. So in that situation, you can omit these kind of JPG images. So you can validate these kind of things first. So this is a website for National Software Reference Library. So here all the operating system as well as application softwares and library functions, DLL functions, all those hash code which is available in that website. So you can easily compare the currently generated hash code with NSRL library. So many computer forensic program include the list of common header values. Normally the common header values something like this. So if it's a JPG file, you can read it in some hex viewer. Here the hex viewer named as Windows hex viewer, so WinHex. So you can open that file, open that image file, or image file, you can mount it into drive, and then here it mount in a drive, K drive. So you can open that image file. It can display the header JFIF. So JFIF is a header format for JPG file. So there is no modification happen. The same file header is available. So nothing to worry. So similar way, you can verify all the file headers. Then sometimes if you are opening a MS Word file, sometimes if you are opening a Microsoft Word file, it will display the message like this. Microsoft Word needs to converted to display the file correctly. This feature currently not installed. Would you like to install it now? So the JPG file or PNG file or any other file which embedded into MS Word, the file which won't open because of viewer problem, or the file, any steganography or any other attacks happen on the JPG image. Sometimes this problem was displayed. In that situation, you can save the file in a separate image file like PNG or JPG file. You can open it in image viewer. Sometimes this image which has some steganography, the content which hidden behind the image, something which will happen. So actually this is a DOC file. We are opening this DOC file in an image viewer which will open an image. So just a file extension was changed. So something, this kind of malfunction also happen. So during forensics, this kind of verification also needed. Yeah. So the first step for very basic accusation. just copying the entire disk into an image file. The second step for validation and discrimination. So just you are the copied image file, just you are verifying the header and hash code, as well as you are analyzing the basic data. So hash code verification, filtering data, and then keyword searching. This is for validation and discrimination. Now you, now you are entering into the core part, the extraction. This is a core part of forensics too. So recovery task in a computing investigation. It's a recovery task. You can recover the data. You can recover the needed data from the entire hard disk. That's the extraction. It's a core part of forensics too. It's the most demanding of all tasks to master. So recovering data is the first step in analyzing the investigation data. So first step for just copying, second step for just basic analysis. Extraction is the first step for analyzing investigation data. It's the first core step. So here the basic functions begin extraction. First for viewing data, data viewing. So file format viewing, as well as opening all those files and verifying what are the contents are available, something like that. So data viewing. The second thing, keyword searching. Something the keyword like hang or kill, something like that. Any keywords are present in the file. So verify with keyword searching. Then if file was encrypted, then you can perform decryption. If the file was compressed, then you will start decompression. So if the file was compressed, you will perform decompression. File was encrypted file, you can perform decryption. And carving, so reconstruction of file fragments. Then if any bookmarks present in the browser or any other location, so you will verify these set of things. So extraction for viewing the entire content, perform proper keyword searching, and decompressing the compressed file, carving, that is reconstructing the file fragment. If the file was encrypted, perform some decryption. And if bookmarks present, so verify the bookmarks too. So these are the core functionalities in extraction. So first one for accusation, for copying into image. The second one for validation and discrimination. The third is a core part for extraction. So here, this is a FTK search pan. So it's one of the software, the software which is named as FTK. The software which is named as FTK. So initially, you have to convert or copy the entire data into an image file. So just here, you will file open. So click here to file open to open that image file. So all those files folders which is listed in the below pane. So all those files which will be displayed here. Just you can click on that file, the file content which will be displayed here. If you click the file, the entire file content which will be displayed here. Whatever bookmarks available which is displayed here. If you need any keyword search, you can type here and add. So the search item added here, either you will use and or search. So it will search the content in the entire disk or a particular portion of a disk and then display the indexed word here. So this is one of the best software for content searching, keyword searching. So FTK search pane. So FTK search or FTK image viewer. So the software which will be named as FTK image viewer. So the demo version is freely available on the website. So download the software and then open your image file. So which will display the entire content of the image file. So extraction. So during extraction, some of the files are password protected. During extraction process, some of the files are password protected. In that case, you will perform the first step for basic attack, that's called as dictionary attack. Normally everyone's passwords like that, apple or orange or mango, something like that. So you can put a word in the English dictionary. If the password was matched, so it's a very easiest attack. So you'll perform password dictionary attack to remove the password. If it's not possible, the even FTK image viewer itself, they are providing the attack named as brute force attack. If password attack fails, then you will perform brute force attack to decrypt the file. Either you will use password dictionary attack. If the attack fails, you will use brute force attack. That's freely available in FTK image viewer. So click on the menu attack and then perform brute force attack. The password was open and the file was decrypted automatically. So brute force attack. So first phase for accusation, second for validation, now third for extraction. Yeah. Now the fourth phase. Now you are entering into the fourth phase, reconstruction. So first copying the file, second you perform hash function and basic analysis, the third function extraction. Here you can extract the real data, real investigation data. Now reconstruction. The reconstruction, as a name itself, it's for recreate. Reconstruction and then recreate a suspect drive to show what happened during a crime or incident. So you can recreate or you can clone the copy of another pen drive or another disk. So you can recreate the drive for submit it into court or some other places. So it's for reconstruction. So something, the function disk to disk copy, CD to CD copy or pen drive to pen drive copy, something like that, or image to disk copy. Already the entire hard disk which will be converted into image. So here image to disk copy. Then partition to partition copy. So the entire data of C drive which is copied into something K or I drive. So partition to partition copy. Otherwise you can copy your entire image into a particular partition. So these are the some of the basic functions. Just create another disk, just recreate a suspected disk. So for submit into a court. So it's a reconstruction. So it's something called as backup. Reconstruction in the sense something called as a backup. So some of the tools which will be called as safe back, snapback. Ncase is an excellent tool. Ncase is an excellent forensics tool. Then FTK imager, then Pro Discover. So actually Ncase and FTK imager, these are the two excellent software tools which used for forensics. And FTK imager are two excellent tools which helpful for forensics. Then the another software tool which is called as Shadow 2 for right blocked courtroom. So the entire drive which is copied into Shadow, it's a Shadow drive. So yeah. So first for accusation, second part for validation and discrimination, third part for extraction, the fourth one for your performing recreation, the fifth part for you will provide a report. You will submit a report. So the complete forensic disk analysis or examination, you will submit it to a report. So either for the log file report, so when or where or which owner, something like that. So entire log report, or there are several set of report generator also available. With the help of the report generator, you will generate a report and submit it. So these are the two sub functions here: log report and report generator. So 5 major categories for forensics tool. First one for basic accusation, then validation or discrimination, extraction, then recreation or reconstruction, at last for proper reporting. These are the 5 major categories. This is the 5 basic steps for forensics. Yeah, there are several software tools are available. Anyway, the major 3 tools which will be named as Pro Discover, Access Data Ultimate Toolkit, Ncase. So physical data copy, all those software supported for physical, logical as well as data accusation format. So all those three software is supported for physical data copy, logical data copy, and data acquisition. So Ncase is a CLI based tool and which also supported for GUI. But all other tools are GUI based tool. There is no support for CLI. Ncase is one of the excellent tool for remote acquisition tool. All the softwares provide verification. Under validation and discrimination is concerned, all the software is supported for hashing, filtering and analyzing header. Anyway, Ncase we support everything. So extraction, Ncase we support everything. Carving, decryption, bookmarking, everything. Ncase is one of the excellent tool we support for reconstruction, reporting, extraction, validation, and acquisition. So Ncase software is support all kind of forensics activity. Anyway, Ncase which provide only basic log report, there is no report generator activities available. So all other cases, Ncase is one of the excellent software tool for forensics. Other consideration for tools. So anyway, each and every user they need a flexibility and proper reliability and expandability. And if the software is supported for, if you are downloading software for 64-bit which won't supported for 32-bit, so we supported for even older version too. So these are the other requirements. Yeah. So this is a small introduction of forensics tool needs. Now you are entering into the second part. The first point for need of forensics tool. The second point for software tools. So computer forensics software tools. Now you are entering into our core part. So the 2-hour session for software tools as well as hardware tools. Now you are entering into the first part for software tools. So the software tool which categorized into two types. One which will be called as CLI, that is command line based interface. The second which will be termed as GUI, GUI based interface. So first one for CLI based, command line based. The second one for GUI based interface. So the command line, the CLI based interface, the very basic tool which will be named as Natron disk edit. The very basic CLI based tool which is named as Natron disk edit. It's one of the first MS-DOS tool used for computer investigation. So it's a MS-DOS based tool. It's a very basic command which will be named as DAR. All are very much familiar about the very basic command DAR. DAR is a command which used to list all these files and folders available in the partition, something like that. So DAR-Q, DAR-Q, which is a command which used to display the owner. DAR-Q is a command which used to display the owner of the file. The last modified owner or the file created owner. So something like that. So DAR-Q. So Natron disk edit. Natron disk edit is a MS-DOS tool, just a DOS based tool. So this is a command DAR/Q, DAR/Q, which used to display the file owner name. So choose to display the file owner name. So here which display the file owner name, administrator or SAM or system file or administrator created file, SAM created file. So which will display the same. So DAR/Q is one of the basic CLI command which shows the file owner. So it's a very basic CLI command. It's also a forensic command. Okay. The second one. So the CLI based command for Unix and Linux forensics tool. So Unix and Linux, one of the excellent tool which is named as SMART. So Unix and Linux forensics tool, the first and foremost forensics tool for Unix and Linux is SMART. Yeah, we supported for all kind of Linux version. It can analyze variety of file system. It can analyze all kind of file system. Many plugin utilities are included in Smart. So it's one of the excellent hex viewer. It's a Smart is one of the excellent hex viewer. So you can open the any kind of file in a hexadecimal or object code format. So Smart is one of the excellent Unix based hex viewer. So in addition to that, so another set of forensics tool, one which will be called as Helix, the one of the famous tool which will be called as Autopsy. One which will be called as Helix. Helix is the one of the easiest suite. So it can load with live Windows system. So it can booted with a cold boot, and you can working on the environment. So Helix is just a bootable CD. You can directly enter into the environment, and then you can verify the file system. Autopsy is one of the excellent forensics tool. It support both CLI as well as GUI based environment. So even for it provide a web interface too. Currently Autopsy provide web interface too. So this is a Helix tool. So it can provide the entire disk image. So either for CD or OS, the entire live image which will be displayed on Helix. Yeah. So some of the tools, first one for Smart, second one for Helix, third one for Autopsy. Now you are entering into Knoppix. It's one of the excellent live Linux operating system. Actually, Knoppix is one of the excellent live Linux operating system. In that live Linux operating system, directly bootable. So live Linux operating system. So in that live Linux operating system, which comprising of collection of security tools. The Knoppix live Linux operating system, which comprising of collection of security tools. Yeah. So the another tool, yeah, Backtrack. Yeah, Backtrack is one of the forensics operating system. Backtrack is one of the forensic operating system which supported for Autopsy, which directly supported for Autopsy. So forensics, the live CD of forensics is also available. You can directly put it into a CD drive. The Backtrack which will be booted. Inside that, the Autopsy tool is already present. You can directly open on the Autopsy tool, and then you will create a new case and then create a image file, and then you can perform hash analysis and all those things. So Backtrack is available in forensics mode. Directly it's forensics mode. Please view here. Start Backtrack on forensics mode. So it's one of the excellent tool. It's a Linux based tool. Several set of, I think 90% of forensics tools are in Linux or Unix based. 90% of forensics tool are Linux or Unix based. Yeah, Raptor. Yeah, it's also a forensics live CD. So Raptor. So you can create a image, and then you can perform the basic analysis as well as the raw file creation. Please view here .dd. It's a raw file creator. So everything which is available in Raptor. It's one of the forensics live CD like Knoppix, and then something called as Backtrack, Raptor, Kali Linux. These are the some of the excellent live forensics CD. So Kali Linux is one of the excellent tool. I think next one is Kali Linux. Right? Very so Raptor. So I'm repeating again. So Unix and Linux forensics tool. The first and basic hex viewer, which is called a Smart. Second one, Helix, is a bootable live CD. It's a cold boot for Windows. Then Autopsy is an excellent forensics tool. Then Knoppix is a live Linux, which is comprising of collection of security tools. Backtrack, which combined with Autopsy. It's in forensics boot mode too. Raptor is another live forensic CD. So other guy forensics tool, simply computer forensics investigation. It help training for beginning of investors. So anyway, autopsy is a very easiest tool, but anyway, the basic training is needed. Just how to create an image file, then how to analyze the basic activity. For example, if you are opening an image file, it's very easy. After that, you can perform keyword search. So what are all the keywords are important? Then in addition to the test case, so always if software industry is concerned, test case plays a vital role. Then only you can create a best software. Similar way, a forensics tool is concerned, the test case plays a vital role. So you can create what are all the possible test cases. Then only it's possible for analyzing a hard disk or analyzing a pen drive. So test cases plays a vital role. Anyway, software helps a lot. The user also, the investigators also ready for proper test cases. Yeah. So the first part for basic categories, the 5 categories. So that is need of the software. The second part for forensic software tool. Now we are in third part. Now we are in third part, which is named as computer forensics hardware tools. Now we are in third part, that is termed as computer forensics hardware tools. Yeah. So always the technology changes rapidly. So each and every day there are numerous changes. Currently everyone using 64-bit machine. So hardware eventually fails. Okay, because each and every day there is huge number of changes. So when planning your budget consideration, failures, consultant for vendor fees, so the proper replacement of hardware is very tough. If a hard disk partially fails, so the proper replacement of IC is very tough. So in that case, the forensics workstation, you can carefully design a forensics workstation. So you can create a alternate, that is stationary machine or portable machine or a lightweight component that connected to a particular hard disk or particular pen drive. So that's needed. So forensics workstation is needed. Normally the forensics workstation which present in 2 areas, either for police agency lab or a private lab. Forensics workstation which is present in a police agency lab or private corporation lab. So they are provide many options. They supported for many kind of versions, 32-bit, 64-bit, or any other hard disk, even for new model hard disk or older model SATA hard disk. So which the forensics lab is supported for several kind of PC configurations, which need many options, even for handle for all kind of all types of file formats. So something like that. So building your own forensics workstation. It's not very much difficult, but anyway, which needs several set of customization and the cost of investment, which also a little bit high. But there are numerous problems. If you are creating your own forensics lab, there are numerous problems are available. So it's very hard to find a problem. So which need thousands and lakhs of test cases. Yeah. Some of the basic example, you can buy a alternate software, FRED or FireID. These are the some of the forensics workstation. Yeah. So the last one, yeah, write blocker. Yeah. Uh, for example, during investigation, you can collect a hard disk. So in that situation, the first and foremost step prevents data writes. So prevent data writes. So prevent any modification or any alteration in the data. So first one for write blocker. So there are two options. One for software enabled blocker. Software enabled blocker, that is called as PD block from digital intelligence. It's one of these tool which is blocking a pen drive or hard disk or any other physical medium found. It can block write options. Otherwise, you can directly remove the power cable. So make a disk as ideal, then automatically the write blocked. So in addition to that, so during analysis, if the data was write blocked, anyway during analysis you can create a copy of image and then perform the task. Not required. Yeah. So the last one. So first we are entering into basic 5 categories. Second for basic software tools. The third one for hardware tools, fire as well as FRED. So now the fourth one, the last part of introduction, that is validation and testing of forensic software. So the last part for validation and testing of forensic software. So the validation and testing of software, first one which is called as computer forensics tool for testing, CFTT. So it's one of the tool which will create a report. In the sense, for example, if you are creating an entire image, your hard disk which comprising of Windows operating system and then Microsoft Office software and some of the files. So during creation, during image creation, automatically which will create the hash code. The hash code which is mapped with NIST library, which matched with NIST library data, and then which create a comparison report. What are all the hash codes are matched, what are all the hash codes are not matched. So the entire report which is provided. So this is one of the tool, computer forensics tool testing. In addition to that, NIST which offers several tools for standard testing method for ISO 17025 as well as ISO 5725, which provides several set of standard hash code. Sorry. Yeah. So these are some of the basic overview. So first for 5 major categories, second for software tools, third for hardware tools, the last for validation. Yeah. Now you are entering into live forensics. So starts with a small intro and then directly entering into live forensics tool. So software forensics tool, then hardware forensics tool. Now for live forensics tool, after that some of the automatic threat detection. So everyone having firewall, then virus scanner, etc. Anyway, automatic threats also available. So how the automatic threat detection which will happen. So at last we are entering into some basic tools for cloud forensics. So this is a small agenda. Now we are entering into the third part. First for software tools, second for hardware tools. Now we are entering into third part for live forensics tool. So just for small intro, just for 2 slides. So cybercrime. So cybercrime, it's for unlawful acts wherein a computer is either a tool or a target or both. So there are 2 aspects. A computer is a tool to commit crime, or computer itself become a target of crime. So even for child porn or threatening email or assuming someone's identity, sexual harassment, then defamation, spam or phishing, these are the computer as a tool to commit crime. Second one, computer itself become a target of crime. So virus, worm, so some of the software piracy, so hacking. So computer itself become a target of crime. So there are 2 aspects. So there are numerous number of cyber crimes, hacking, fraud, and identity theft. So finding someone's password, something like this. So for even forgery, so internet homicide. Then there are numerous number of software piracy, etc., etc. So there are numerous number of cyber crimes. Yeah. The one and only way, you will provide a digital evidence to prove that crime. So digital evidence is essential. Then it's possible for submitting it to a court. So always digital evidence either in text or audio or image or video with the proper date of creation, with the proper log file, then creator name, then current network configuration. So all those, the entire log, not only the text, audio, image and video file, along with the entire informations are very essential. So digital data that can establish that a crime has been committed or can provide a link between a crime and its victim. So the data along with the proper information, not only the text data, not only the audio data, not only the image data, along with the proper evidence, along with the proper log file, it's very, very essential. That is digital evidence. So we need digital evidence means the investigation analysis of crime. So all solution lies in digital evidence. So the log file is very much needed. The entire log file is plays a vital role. Yeah. Some of the digital evidence sources. So even for mobile phone or for even CD, memory card or pen drive or a cassette disc or any kind of digital evidence, any kind of digital source. So this is a digital evidence. So portable storages. So all kind of portable storages. So USB drive, flash drive, memory stick, something called as SIM card chip or a micro disk, anything, any kind of flash drive. It's for digital evidence. So some of the issues, digital evidence is volatile. It's a first and foremost issue. First and foremost issue, the evidence is volatile, easily tampered, extremely fragile. So these are the major issues in digital evidence. So it became necessary to formulate a new methodology to deal with digital evidence. So a proper methodology is needed. A proper mechanism is needed for solving these issues. So the characteristics of evidence, so admissible, the proper authentic, so complete evidence, the evidence was reliable and believable. So it's very, very important. Even for digital evidence, these informations are very, very important. So the role of cipher forensics, it's a major thing. Then only you are entering into live forensics too. So the role of cipher forensics, systematically gathering digital evidence. Please carefully. Systematically gathering digital evidence, analyzing it to make a proper evidence authentically present. Then only it's accepted by the court. So systematically gathering of information, not only collecting a photo, not only collecting a video, not only collecting a audio. So with the proper log evidence, when it's created, where it's created, which medium is created, what are all the networks or what are all the ports are on in that situation. So all those evidence are very much essential. So the basic steps for cipher forensics. So the basic steps for forensics, again the same. So first for identification, second for hash code generation. So these are the another two areas. Then accusation, then authentication, then you can perform the basic analysis, then presentation, then preservation. So these are the basic steps under cipher forensics. So these two steps are scene of crime. So you can collect the identification of data and then immediately you can generate a hash. It's very much important. During the data collection, You can collect a hard disk or pen drive. Immediately you can generate a hash code. It's very much important. Then after that, all those process which done at forensics lab. So the hash code generation is a core functionalities. Yeah. So the cipher forensics, which mainly categorized into two types. One which will be called as traditional forensics, that for forensic software tools as well as forensics hardware tools. The second one is very important, which is for live forensics. So cipher forensics, which mainly categorized into two types. One for traditional forensics, the second one which is for live forensics. So traditional forensics, a normal forensics tool, validation and verification, as well as hardware tools. The live forensics, the second category. In addition to that, a disk forensics, a network forensics, as well as a device forensics. The second one, disk forensics, network forensics, and then a device forensics. Disk, network, and device forensics. So forensics methodology, a traditional forensics as well as live forensics. So a traditional forensics, so analyzing a dead system. So anyway, you can remove the power card and then you can take the CPU into a forensics lab and then analyze the data, and then you can get the proper analyzed result. That is least chance for modifying data. You can directly remove all those things, all those power cable, and then take the system. So live forensics. So live forensics is a methodology which advocate extracting the live system data before pulling the card to preserve memory, process, network information. Please listen carefully. So memory, process, and entire network information. So all those things are very much important. So proper incident response is essential. So gather information from memory, the current live process, what are all the live process are running, the current network information. Yeah. So the informations, first one for basic network configuration, system date and time, what are all the network connections are available, what are all the ports are open. So the application listening on the open socket process, then users currently logged on. Please listen carefully. The users currently logged on. So remote users as well as local user. At last, the application currently running on the machine. At last, the applications currently running on the machines. So these are only some live data evidence. If it's network-based evidence, IDS log, that is intrusion detection system log, monitoring log, router log, firewall log, authentication servers log, then remote log, so packet sniffer, so packet collections like JPCAP or WinPCAP softwares. So you can collect all the network-based evidence. Log file. So always log files which plays a vital role. So always securing a crime scene. So you can securely store the data in a proper premises. So remove the wireless or Wi-Fi medium. So the documenting the crime scene. Once you have secured the electronic crime scene, you should document the surrounding as initially found, photograph as well as sketch. So if an electronic crime was happened, anyway, you should document the surroundings with a photo or sketch. It's very much important. So sketch, it's an overall sketch, not to scale. So always, if a digital crime was happened, then you can seize CPU, dongles, external drives, if digital cameras, backup tapes, CD, memory card, hard disk, modem or any wireless network card, floppy disk, memory stick, DVD. So you can collect the entire digital medium. You can seize everything. Whatever digital medium placed on that place, you can seize everything. So the electronic evidence, the seizing electronic evidence. So that is a all those evidence you can package and transport it into a forensics lab. Again, the same for live forensics. So even live forensics is concerned, the first and foremost step for hash code generation. Even for live forensics is concerned, there are several set of live forensics tool are available. Anyway, the first and foremost step for even live forensics, it's for hash code generation with the help of MD5 or SHA. So you can generate a hash code of each and every file. Then only you can prove the authenticity. There is no modification or no alteration which is happen on that file. For example, please see here. Yeah, the file was test.doc. Please listen here. The file was test.doc. The file content was hang him not, comma, kill him. During that situation, it will generate a MD5 code. This is a message digest code. This is a message digest code. After modification, the content was modified. Hang him, comma, placed here. Hang him not, comma, here hang him, comma, not kill him. So after modification, now it will generate a message digest. So the entire code was modified. Just a comma which is moved from here to here, the entire hash code was totally modified. Please. So that's the power of hash algorithm. So if even a single comma was modified, the entire hash code, entire digest code was modified. So even a single change, the code was modified. So it's easy for identifying alteration. So if you are see something either for hard disk or pen drive, immediately you can generate a hash code. It's very, very important. So always all those authenticity, they are using hash code verification. So hash code verification is the first and foremost step of data acquisition. Hash code verification is the first and foremost step of data acquisition. Tool. So there are 5 major steps. The first step for acquisition. After that, you are entering into the second basic stages. You can validate and discriminating data. After that, you are entering into the core part, that is extracting the information. Then you can reconstruct or recreate the data. Then at last, you will properly report it. These are the 5 major categories for cipher forensics. Then you are entering into software tools. Based on software tool is concerned, there are 2 major parts. One for CLI, that is command line based interface. The second one for GUI, that is GUI based interface. So there are several set of software tools available for Windows. Anyway, 90% of software tools which is available for Linux as well as Unix operating system. There are collection of live tools are available. Live bootable CDs are available. Something like Nopix, Kali Linux, then Backtrack. Backtrack is one of the excellent tool which is supported with Autopsy 2. Autopsy is another excellent tool for live forensics. And all these cases, something called as acquisition, then validation and discrimination, and then extraction, recreation, and then at last for reporting. All those cases supported for one of the excellent software tool, which is named as NCase. In addition to that, several set of forensics lab workstations are available. So Fire as well as FRED, there are easily available hardware workstations. Then at last we are entering into basic validation techniques. Then small intro for live forensics. So autopsy. Just for small example, just for a JPG image analysis. So autopsy, it's one of the excellent cipher forensics tool which used to analyze the entire disk image Now we are verifying just a small JPG image and then file a case. So just for autopsy software. So what is autopsy? So it's a forensic browser which provide a GUI as well as command line interface. So we are running the autopsy tool in Backtrack. So the live OS of Backtrack, the version 5 R1. So it's just an operating system which supported for all kind of forensics tool as well as penetration testing. So I'm using Backtrack 5. So Backtrack, currently the Backtrack version which will be changed into Kali Linux, so which is available in old.kali.org. So the Kali Linux website, the Backtrack 5, the operating system which is available. So just download the ISO image file, depends on your machine. So I am downloading the 32-bit version of ISO image. So after downloading the image, save the image in a desired location, and then I'm not installing it into my PC. I'm opening it in my VM. So I'm installing a VM player. Otherwise, you can install VirtualBox or VMware, anything else. Just click on that button, create VM. So you can browse the installer image. Backtrack 5 installer image. Just browse that image. The image was open. So open the VirtualBox or VMware. Just browse that image. So Backtrack image which will be open in that entire environment. Yeah. So you can choose the basic pattern of the operating system. So Linux operating system, the version, anyway, you can choose any version. That's not a problem. So virtual machine, it will ask for a name. You can provide any name. I'm providing the name for Backtrack 5R1. So press next. So provide the disk space. Normally 20 GB is required. Minimum 20 GB is required. You will provide more than 20 GB. So in addition to that, the virtual machine which normal hardware is enough. Anyway, you can properly configure a RAM. So default RAM was 512 MB. So at least provide 1 GB. Okay. Then network adapter. So normally it's set into basic bridge option. So it's enough, no problem. So finish. So fine. After creating a backtrack, the software which will be booted like this. So it's normal Linux operating system. So which is booted like a normal operating system. So the boot window, which entering into the boot option. So here there are several set of options are available. I will choose a basic mode. So backtrack text default boot text mode. So I will choose a basic mode. So it will entering into a root prompt. So I will type the command which is named as startx. The command which is named as startx. So startx is a command which used to open a backtrack software in a GUI-based environment. Startx is a command. Otherwise, backtrack software which is open in CLI mode. So I will type the command startx, which will open. Here also you'll view to start graphical interface. Type startx. So I will type startx. The backtrack software which will open in GUI. Yes. Yeah. Now the backtrack operating system which is open in VMware. So it's like this. It's a backtrack 5 operating system. Yeah. If needed, it's not mandatory. If needed, you will click on install backtrack. Now it's live booted operating system which is open. You click on either for system administration, install backtrack live. Otherwise, install backtrack. Anyway, click either 1 or 2, which will install the operating system. So which will ask for normal operating system installation steps. So it's very easy. So choose English. Then for the timing, so Indian timing. So suggested keyboard US. Then the entire disk. It's VMware, so that's not a problem. Erase everything. So no problem. We will allocate 20 GB in a separate BDI file. So that's not a problem. So erase the disk. So click on the button install. So the entire backtrack operating system along with autopsy software was installed in your machine. So after perform, you can restart the VM, not restart the machine, restart the VM. Yeah. So press enter. So which will open a virtual machine settings. So this is not required. So which will ask for username password. Once in the installation, you will provide the username as well as password. The username is default username as root. Then you will provide the password. So after that, you will type startx. Startx is a command which used to open the backtrack in a GUI-based environment. Startx is a command which used to open backtrack in a GUI-based environment. So open startx. So after installation, I will remove the install backtrack icon. Otherwise, sometimes we forget to, sometimes we will click the button again. Then it will again install the operating system. So we will remove the install backtrack icon in the desktop. So it's not required. After installation, the icon was not required. So right click on that icon and remove it to the trash. Yeah. Now everything was ready. The entire backtrack software was ready. So you will open a console. So just a terminal. So normally the terminal which open in the prompt like this, dollar, you can convert it into root prompt hash. So you will type su, which will ask root password. So you will type the root password. The prompt was changed into hash. So su is a command which used to enter into super user. That's fine. Now for this purpose, it's not a mandatory. Anyway, for proper forensics analysis, you will create a separate user and then perform the task. So I'm creating a separate user. That's a command called as user add. User add is a command used to create a new user. -m for proper memory allocation. -d for home directory. That is home directory for that user was home/student. -c for the command, that is security student. -s for the bash file, the boot up file. So you will create a new user. The name of the user was student. The name of the user was student. The home directory of the user was home/student. After creating the user, you will create the password for that user. So the command was passwd, password of the username. So it will ask for the new password for that username. You will create a new user. So always the root user is available. Then anyway, I'm creating another user for forensic setting. Yeah. Anyway, for drive detection, I am manage install VMware tools. This is not required. Yeah. One. Yeah. Test case one. So I am downloading. At last, I will paste the link also. So I am downloading the image. This is a suspect image. So there are several set of suspect images available in dftt.sourceforge.net. So in that website, several set of suspected image. So image inside some additional informations, some crime informations are present in that image. So I'm downloading a sample image. The image named as 8.jpg. The image named as 8.jpg. I'm downloading the image. So the image always in a compressed file. So I download in a zip file. So in that website, there is a one of the images available. I'm downloading the image. Anyway, there are numerous images are available. I'm downloading 8.jpg. Just download the image. The image is in a zip file. So I can extract the image. Downloading the image and then save it into a folder where / anyway, you can save it in any folder. That's not a problem. I can extract using either right click and extract. That's not a problem. Otherwise, I'm using unzip 8jpg zip. So the file was extracted into 8jpg search. I will place ls-l, ls-l. Inside that, the file, it's a zip file. Inside that, there is a raw file is available. the raw file which is entered with .dd. So I can extract the zip file. I can extract the zip file. Inside that, there is a raw file is available. The raw image file is available, which is saved in extension .dd. So click on that image file. So click on that image file, and then I will generate the hash code MD5 sum, that is MD5 hash code. I am generating hash code for that DD file. I will generate MD5 sum 8-jpg-search.dd. So I am generating the hash value for that raw file, raw image file. I am generating the hash, that is integrity check, whether the image is valid or not. So after verification, after MD5 check, the image was correct, then I will open the autopsy software. So click on that menu. Normally all those Linux operating system is opening like that. So application, backtrack, forensics suite, setup autopsy. So open that autopsy software. So open autopsy software. So it will ask for license option. That's not a problem. You will just press enter. It's accept. It for Linux orientation, autopsy is completely free, so that's not a problem. So press enter. Then now you will open the evidence locker. So you will provide the evidence locker folder. So entire image, the DD image, which is stored in the evidence locker. So open that folder. Press enter. Yeah. Now open a web browser. Please listen here. Open a web browser and then type http://localhost:9999. So it's a port number of autopsy tool. So autopsy which provide a web interface to. So http://localhost:49. It's a default port number for autopsy/autopsy. So which will open an autopsy tool in a web interface. Which open an autopsy tool in a web interface. Yeah. Now you can create a new case. Yeah. After MD5 has checked, now you can click on create a new case. So create a new case and then open that DD, that is a JPG image file, and then you will perform each and every keyword search analysis. That's fine. So this is a way for installing backtrack and then open the autopsy tool, and inside that you will open that DD image. You will open that .dd image and then you will start your basic analysis. So this is the basic process of autopsy tool as well as its web interface. So then now I am entering into the live forensics. So there are several set of live forensics tools are available. So live forensics. So live forensics, the basic challenge of live forensics needs to access a system, minimize the impact on the system, so properly gather the timely evidence. So it's very essential. So retrieval of volatile data, forensic image of live system, basic analysis. Yeah, the live data. Normally the live forensics tool which can collect this kind of information, system time, what are all the user logged on the current time or current date, what are all the files are open, then current network information, current port connectivity, that is network connections, process information, what are all the processes are running at the current stage, process to port mapping, then process memory, then current network status, then clipboard access, if any content which is copied in clipboard, then service and driver information, the entire command history, terminal history, then entire mapped drives, then any shares or shared file system. So live data, these are all the live data which is captured in live forensics. So normally which capture an entire event log, registry as well as disk. Some of the live forensics tool, before that some basic activity. the first basic activity. So the first basic activity, which is called as memory analysis. So the first and foremost basic activity, which is named as memory analysis. So you can capture the information from RAM. So it's a volatile memory. So perform RAM dump, create a dump file. So either for .dd or .mdd. So you can dump the entire RAM data into a dump file. So after collecting a dump file, you can perform dump file analysis. So one of the excellent tool for dump file analysis, which is called as WinLift. Yeah, it provide a hexadecimal code. WinLift is a hex viewer. So which can analyze a dump file via a hex viewer. So at last, the WinLift will generate a proper report. If any malfunction, anything happen, which will generate a report. So this is for live forensics memory analysis. So RAM is a volatile memory. So during live forensics, you can create a dump file of entire RAM and then perform that dump file analysis via WinLift software. So some of the live forensics tool. So CDAC, they are offering the excellent live forensics tool named as WinLift. Coffee is another live forensics tool. So computer online forensics evidence extractor, that is Coffee. Then Ncase, the portable Ncase software. Ncase is an excellent tool for even for software as well as live forensics. So the WinLift, the software which is available in the website Cypher Forensics, the CDAC, they are offering WinLift. The software which is available in the website, which is called as cypherforensics.in. Yeah, the WinLift software, basic process. You can collect the pen drive or CPU or hard disk, anything from the investigator machine. You can collect the information. Then data acquisition. So USB contains the data. Then suspect's machine, it can, the USB which is connected with the suspect machine, you can collect what are all the volatile data. If the data was available in RAM or anything, you can create the dump file. You can create a .dd or .iso or .img. The dump file which is created after creating the volatile data, which is connected with the investigator machine using autopsy or any other tool, you can perform basic analysis, register with a Ncase with a case, and then you can generate a analysis report. So first you can collect the dump data, volatile data from the real PC, so suspect PC, and then volatile data as an image file, and then you can perform investigation in forensics lab. The WinLift, the CDAC provide the WinLift software, the software which offer several facilities. So WinLift software which collect all those volatile artifacts. So network connection, system user, running process, opening files, what are all the ports are connected, scheduled jobs, then printer detail, USB detail, all those drivers installed in the machine, all those users information, all those IP configuration, password, routing table, scheduled jobs, shared resources. So which can collect the WinLift software, the CDAC offer WinLift software, the software which can collect the entire information, volatile information from that machine. So after that, which will create a image file. So which can, after collecting the information, you can create a image file in a pen drive or any other drive. So open that software and then click on data needed, running process, network status, system information, if needed memory information, network information. You can tick what are all the information needed from that PC. open that software and tick all those information and choose which drive you want to copy the entire data. You can put your flash drive and open that drive here and then press next. So yeah, which will ask acquiring registry. So it can complete the entire task, wait for entire task. So automatically copying the entire information from that volatile data from that PC to a pen drive. So each and every data along with its hash code also generated. During copying data from a physical drive to a pen drive, in that situation, it automatically generates a hash code too. So yeah, after copying the data, you can open the data in WinLift Analyzer. So open the data in WinLift Analyzer. The entire information is placed like this. Entire volatile information which is placed like this. For example, I am clicking on network connections. So what are all the network TCP connection from the source IP 000 135, then destination IP 000, just listening. Then second one, third one, it's a connection established from the local host in the port number 1033. Then the connection was closed from 5152. So all those all those TCP connection information, UDP connection information, FTP connection information, all those information which is recorded. Similar way, all the stored password, all the installed driver, all the drive information. So nearby networks. So PC on and off time, running process, system users, all those information which is captured via the excellent tool called as WinLift. CDAC, which is freely provide the software. CDAC, which is freely provide the software. The software which is available in that website, cipherforensics.in. WinLift 3.0 is an excellent software which is free, which is offered by CDAC, which is freely available in that website, cipherforensics.in. You can copy the entire data into a pen drive via WinLift Imager. After that, you can analyze the data via WinLift Analyzer, which can provide the entire volatile, that is live forensics information from that PC. So if you are entering into some suspected or crime location, if a PC was on, then immediately you can copy all those volatile information recorded in a pen drive or hard disk with the hash code. Not only copying a file, with the proper hash code is essential. Then only the data was applicable in court. Yeah. So it's the first tool which is offered by CDAC for live forensics tool. The name of the tool was WinLift. It's one of the first and foremost tool. The software named as WinLift. The second live forensics tool, a tool which is named as Coffee. The second live forensics tool, the tool named as Coffee. So it's very easy, very user-friendly tool. So the expansion for computer online forensics evidence extractor. So it's a special forensics tool. So just you can connect the Coffee tool along with the target machine. You can connect both the PC and open that Coffee software. And connect with your PC or connect with your pen drive, and then you can copy the entire data. Same thing. You can open the Coffee software and connect entire data. So the entire data collection, which is stored in a pen drive or any other external medium. So similar way. First one for WinLift, second one for Coffee, the third one for Encase. You can copy the entire data and then perform the task. So three excellent live forensics tool. First one for WinLift, second one for Coffee, third one for Encase. So now the last forensics tool in Kali Linux. So Backtrack is a older Kali Linux version. So the current Kali Linux, which comprising of 200 and more security tools, 20 more forensics tool. So forensics tool in Kali Linux. So more than 200 penetration testing tools are available in Kali Linux. More than 20 forensics package are available in Kali Linux. So one of the tool which is called as pinmark. So which searches a specified binary image for executable code and files. So binary data analysis, which performed via binmark tool. So in addition to that, bulk extractor tool, so which extract the credit card numbers, URL link, email addresses, etc., etc. So bulk extractor tool, so which can extract the entire information from damaged data, which extract the entire information from damaged data. Then hash deep, so it can generate a hash code, hashing of files. So magic rescue tool, so currently these tools are very essential. It performs scanning operation on blocked devices. Sometimes the pen drive or some other portable device was blocked. So in that situation, this rescue tool, which can rescue the information. Sometimes your hard disk was corrupted. Otherwise, partially the defragmentation was not performed or defragmentation was partially stopped. In that situation, you can perform this task via magic rescue tool. Or sometimes your pen drive was not open. So in that situation, you can use this magic rescue tool, which is available in Kali Linux, which can rescue the data from your pen drive. So magic rescue tool is an excellent tool which can extract the data from, if the device was physically damaged, it's not possible. If the device was logically some viruses or worms or some other things which block your device, some worms or some viruses was attacked, because of that reason your pen drive was not open in any of the operating system. In that case, you can open your pen drive in Kali Linux and open magic rescue tool available on application and systems. So click on that menu application and click on the submenu system. You can click magic rescue tool, which can recover the deleted files, even the deleted file in corrupted partition. That's not a problem. So your hard disk or your pen drive or any other your external drive was failed, you can use magic rescue tool also. Same way, the magic rescue tool which helps for forensics department for rescuing the corrupted partition, rescuing data from corrupted partition. Then guy major tool used for acquiring the forensics imagery, which create an image. That's not a problem. Then PDF ID tool, which scans PDF files for specific keywords. So it's just for filtering and keyword searching tool. Then parser tool, that PDF tool, so completely for PDF analysis. Then anyway, all those Kali Linux, not only Backtrack, all those version of Kali Linux, the for autopsy tool is available. So autopsy is a excellent tool for all those case filing and case analysis and case report generation. So it's freely available in all kind of Kali Linux, not only Backtrack. Then image cat tool, which used to perform basic data analysis. So that is the first part for small cloud forensics as well as automatic threat detection. Cloud forensics and automatic threat detection. Now time was okay. Yeah, automatic cipher threat detection and analysis. So always networking plays a vital role. So there are several set of basic network connection, TCP, UDP, and proper IP assignment. So anyway, the attackers also monitoring on each and every devices and easily make your device as a bot. So easily make your device as a bot for performing some other attacks or some other activity. So there are several set of tools are available. Anyway, automatic cipher threat detection and analysis is very important. So threat detection. So always threat detection is a basic process of analyzing the security of the system. So there are two ways. The first one for threat intelligence. First one for threat intelligence. That is way for looking at the signature of data from previously seen attacks. Always, if an attack was happened, what are all the possible action or what are all the malfunction performed by the system? So based on previous signature, the virus scanner or malware or some other tool which can monitor your devices, it's for threat intelligence. The another easiest activity that is called as behavior analysis. Another easiest activity that is user and attacker activity. Normally the user activity, the user can open what are all the permissions provided to them. But if the attacker behavior, they can open the log file, they can modify the log file, or they can perform some other malfunction. So if an abnormal activity happen on that machine, so that is a behavior analysis, analyzing user and attacker behavior. So if abnormal activity which is happen on that machine, so system can easily identify there is a problem, some abnormal activity without user intervention. Some system files was opened and system file was edited, or without user intervention, some message was sending in a port, something like this. So in that situation, based on behavior, the system was in attack. So the basic level of security, so it's a basic TCP protocol, application layer, transport layer, internet layer, and network layer. So during network layer, so you can provide at least basic evolution of security. So please listen here. All are more familiar about this OSA layer. So physical layer, data link layer, network layer, transport session, presentation, and application layer. That's not a problem. So all those data transmission happen this way. If the attack was happen at data link layer, it won't affect all other layer. If the attack was happen, if the hacker was enter into hacker compromised the data link layer, yeah, the data hacker compromised the data link layer, so they can perform or send some other data using a weakest link. So in that stage, the entire link was compromised and transmitting data between the user. So some of the basic attacks. So these are some of the basic attacks which will happen at data link layer. First one for IP spoofing. So even for DNS spoofing or ARP, the address resolution protocol spoofing, or for IP address spoofing. So always the attacker focus on, even for DOS attack or DDoS attack, it's either for denial of service or distributed denial of service attack. The attacker always focus on DNS or ARP, that is MAC address, or otherwise IP address. So they can modify the origin IP address and then transmit the data. They can modify the origin IP address and then transmit the multiple number of data. Then some famous system was hacked or dumped because of these kind of bots. So IP spoofing is without the user intervention, they directly entering into your machine and make your machine as a bot. So just finding a source IP address. So this IP spoofing, which is identified via SYN flag. So normally the acknowledgement of SYN flag was verified for finding IP spoofing. For TCP acknowledgement. So IP spoofing is normally identified via this acknowledgement flag, SYN flag. So all of them more familiar about the tool which will be called as Winshark or otherwise JPCAP. These are the excellent tool for network analysis. Winshark or JPCAP, which perform entire packet capturing. During that, you will verify the SYN flag too. Winshark as well as JPCAP, Java packet capturer or Windows packet capturer. So yeah, normally currently there are several set of hackers. They are focused on VM hacking. So they are focused on hacking on VM. So for solving that, so cipher forensics, traditional forensics, live forensics, the source was, please, disk forensics, device forensics. Yeah, now the new thing which is added, which is called as cloud forensics. So attackers, they are focusing on cloud. Attackers, they are focusing on currently all of them, many of them, they are storing their data in cloud, storing their entire data in cloud. So similar way, now attackers also focused on cloud storage. So always we are trusting on Amazon or Google Cloud or any other cloud service provider. So with the help of some their service level agreement, they are depending on service level agreement. Anyway, how to prove cloud forensics, how to analyze the data, how to analyze a log file provided by Amazon or Google. So cloud forensics always plays a vital role. So currently, cloud forensics is one of the wonderful research areas. So cloud forensics. So the basic theme, cloud computing, it's a tool for provide anything or everything as a service. Cloud computing is one of the wonderful tool which provide anything or everything as a service. So provide everything via internet, even for software or hardware or any other application medium. So provide anything or everything via internet. That's called as cloud computing. Internet as a medium. So this cloud which provide 3, 4, and 5 rule. 3 for cloud which offer 3 services. That's called as IaaS, infrastructure as a service. So it provide the entire hardware as a service. It's a user responsibility for install their operating system and their software in the top of that. So the second service which is called as PaaS, that's called as platform as a service. So there use always the platform was ready, so hardware and operating system was ready, user can install their own software and working on the environment. The third service which is offered by the cloud, which is called as software as a service. So entire hardware and operating system and software was ready, like Gmail, you can access a service, ready-made pizza was ready, you can directly taste it. So these are the 3 services which offered by cloud. So anyway, these 3 services also in threat. So how to secure, or how if some attack was happen in your software or in your platform or in your infrastructure, how to collect the information and how to prove it in court. So that's very important. So in deployment model is concerned, cloud which offer 4 kind of deployment model. Private cloud, so you can create your own cloud, your own servers or your own systems. You can connect it via OpenStack or Open Nebula or Eucalyptus. So you can create your own private cloud, or your entire organization create a community cloud, or you can access a public cloud from AWS or Google or any other service provider. Hybrid cloud, which is a combination of both private and public. Private cloud is concerned, cost is a major factor. Public cloud is concerned, security is a major factor. So for compromising both cost as well as security, you can go for hybrid cloud. Hybrid cloud, which is combination of both private as well as public cloud. So at last, the cloud which offers 5 major characteristics: on-demand self-service. So whatever needed, you can access for anytime, anywhere. So it can provide a broad network access. It can provide a collection of resources, so resource pooling, rapid elasticity. So one user request, cloud provide a service. If 100 user request, which expanded again, which provide a service. If user increases, it's very easy for provide the service. So rapid elasticity. So cloud which offer metered and measured service. So whatever you are using, you can pay for that. Whatever you see, you can pay for that. That is metered and measured service which are offered by cloud. So see, these are the 3, 4, and 5 rule of cloud. 3, 4, 5 rule of cloud. So currently, this is a major issue. So the current major thing, everyone depends on VM. So olden days, everyone depends on PC. Currently, none of them. I think very soon we are also changed into VM. So it offers very excellent virtual machine service. So Amazon currently Amazon offer 600 hours free VM service. So you can create your own EC2 instance, Elastic Cloud instance. So you can access the operating system, the entire VM, anywhere in the world. So just log in into your mobile or log in into your PC, directly connected to your VM, and then you can working on whatever softwares you needed. For example, I am working on something called as React project. So I'm installing something Node.js, and then I'm installing on Visual Studio IDE, and then I'm installing on Postgres, and then I'm installing on something called a Spring Boot. So all those entire software along with the Apache Tomcat deploying tool. So Eclipse IDE, something like that. So all those entire front end of React, back end of something Spring Boot, and then entire database of Postgres. So I am making all those copy into all those location. It's very typical. So I am installing all those software, front end of React, back end of Spring Boot, and then database of Postgres. I am making it in a VM. I can access anywhere in the world. So currently the problem was there is a malware threatening on VM. So they are olden days malware threatening for PC, currently malware threatening for VM. So VM, the attack was happened at VM. So easily they are capturing information. So cloud crime, so cipher pulling, so something, yeah, malware or tool which is enter into your computer or cell phone or any other electronic device, which is called as cipher pull. So which can repeatedly perform some other malfunction for sending email or sending text messages to some other, or modifying your program or modifying your data, or post some other information. So these are the some of the malfunctions. So this process which is called as cyber pulling. So currently the cyber pulling which is done at VM2. Olden days cyber pulling done at all those electronic media. Currently this cyber pulling which performed in VM. So please Google Cloud backup. So Google Cloud data, which is also cyber pulling, was happening in Google Cloud. So blackmailer, you collect the Google Cloud backup, your family photos or some other things, they can perform some other activity. So some other well-known cloud crimes. So botnet. So bot is one of the major problem. So always make your VM as a bot and then perform DOS or DDoS attack, iCloud hack, so Sony Pictures, so Home Depot, so Anthem. So these are the some of the famous cloud crimes. So even anyway, the reputed service provider Amazon, Google also targeted for crime. So cloud service provider even for Amazon or Google. So the hackers are focused on these kind of VM. So subject is a VM. So they are always planning to hack a virtual machine. So now cloud forensics, it's a subset of network forensics. Anyway, it's not a new process. So cloud forensics is a subset under network forensics. So the application of cloud forensics, the entire principles, capturing of log information, capturing of all those packets, and managing a protocol, everything which is similar in network environment. So the process of applying various digital forensics phases. So all those phases are same. So even for identification, hash generation, accusation, authentication, analysis, presentation, and preservation, everything was same for cloud forensics too. So initially you can capture this entire information from your service provider. So identifying the VM, and then you can capture the hash code, the entire log information of the VM. If service provider support, then only it's possible for accusation. So always you need a support from service provider. So capturing of information. So currently everyone depends on data center. So all those data are stored in data center. So entire data or entire information are stored in data center. So the basic process of cloud forensics. It's my last flowchart. So I will complete soon. So the entire forensics, cloud forensics, depends on a single flowchart. I will complete soon a single flowchart. So this is a flowchart for a digital forensics model. So first part for identification, second part for data collection, third part for basic data analysis and cloud data collection, examination, cloud side analysis, reporting. So this is an entire flowchart of cloud forensics. This is an entire flowchart for cloud forensics. So stage number 1, identification. So start, identify the client device. So identify the VM. So data acquisition, acquire the disk data and RAM data. If VM is concerned, acquire the disk data and acquire the RAM data. Then analyze the entire data. Analyze the entire data. If cloud usage is present, so client side analysis was happened. So if cloud usage was present, so collect the credential, user ID as well as password for evidence. So collect the information. And if any VM usage was present in the client information or not. If VM information was present in that client, if suspected device was found, you can verify and collect the RAM data as well as disk data from the suspected device. If the suspected device was connected with cloud, then you can collect the credential, user ID as well as password. If any VM was connected on that machine, if VM was found, then you can collect. For example, if it's Amazon VM, you can collect the information, not only storage, because Amazon VM is concerned, not only Amazon VM, all those VM is concerned, the informations are separated, something called as EC2 for processor, then S3 for storage, EC2 for processor, S3 for storage. If you need to provide some routing information, something route 53, if you perform some other web server, something called as EBS, elastic bin stack. So if you are perform some other network activity, so some networking tools are available. If you are perform some other augmented reality or virtual reality, some Sumerian tools are available. So each and every tool, each and everything, the VM which connected with several operations. So if VM is present, then you can collect cloud side data collection. If VM is present on that PC, you can collect cloud side data collection, computing service, storage service, cloud lock, computing service, storage service. In computing service is concerned, you can collect RAM and virtual disk data. In computing service is concerned, you can collect RAM and virtual disk data. So anyway, storage service is concerned, you can collect data from cloud storage. So you can collect the entire information from cloud service provider. This information is not from your side. If cloud VM was hacked or some other malfunction was performed on that, you can collect compute service as well as storage service from the cloud service provider. And then you can perform basic examination as well as analysis, and then you can generate a report and submit to court. This process, which is called as cloud forensics, this entire process, which is called as cloud forensics security. So VM data analysis. So you can collect the data from virtual machine, the hard disk data as well as RAM data. Then outside the VM, you can collect the log file too. So this is a basic activity. So if VM is concerned, you can generate a image file, then mounting that image drive, then you can extract the information, and then you can perform the registry analysis. So always the hash report was needed. This is a basic activity. So it's a lost. So a roadmap ahead. So preservation and collection. So software tools, storage capacity, so chain of custody, so media imaging, time synchronization, legal authority, data integrity, live and dead attestation. So all those things, so traditional forensics, everything was ready. If cloud forensics, so all those processes are currently in live process, still it's in research, and now the entire process was not in a complete stage. Still the several set of lags in cloud forensics. Very soon the research which will enter into the topmost position. So this is a small overview. So conclusion. So anyway, always monitoring a PC is very much essential. So cloud computing is still an evolving computational platform. So still there is a lag in crime investigation, cloud crime investigation. Still there is a lag. So there are several set of cyberpod was happened. Several set of VM was hacked for bot. So anyway, still research are going on. So soon, very soon, the problems was solved.